This is Caitlin, your host of the NoSleep4Dramas Podcast, where we get no sleep and survive on coffee to watch just one more episode at night. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the NoSleep4Dramas Podcast. I am back with a guest review for you guys today. Yeah, I am reviewing a C-drama from 2025, which does not happen very often. Let's cheer for that. Let's cheer for that. And today I'm joined by lovely Carol to review this C-drama, The Prisoner of Beauty. I am very excited to talk about this. Welcome, Carol. Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good. Hi. It's been a minute and I'm excited to be here. So thank you for inviting me. I'm so excited to talk about Prisoner of Beauty because I thought it was one of the best C dramas of the year so far.
Yeah, I agree. Not that I've watched many from this year, I will have to say. I have really nothing to compare to it. We were trying to decide what we were gonna be watching and find another drama, and then I'm like, Carol finished Prisoner of Beauty. Let me binge it and let's review it together. That was how this whole thing came out. So she thankfully is joining me to review it.
Isn't that how most of our
Yeah.
podcasts come together?
Yeah. It's normally me messaging you being like, okay, let's record again. What do we want to watch?
I love it. I love it. How have you been?
I'm good. I'm good. I went to Indiana last week to watch the WNBA game. So that's cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
How was it? Was
Never
it fun?
actually been to a game. So it was fun. It was like a girls' trip type of situation with my
That's
friends,
awesome.
except our hotel was a mess.
Oh,
Yeah, they booked the wrong room and it was a whole thing and we had to figure it out. But
okay.
we got a discount, so it works. It works.
I love a
How are
discount.
you doing? We all do. We all do.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Summer, I can't believe we're halfway through summer. That's what it
Yeah.
feels like.
It also feels like it hasn't been summer, at least where I live, because it didn't get hot
Oh,
until mid-June, late mid-June.
it got warmer here mid-May. So it feels
Okay.
like we're having a bit of a longer summer, which is nice because last year was short. Last year was only a couple of weeks. So we're grateful.
Yeah. Yeah. We have had a lot of rain though. So,
Oh, Chicago, right?
yep. Yep.
Okay.
But I like the rain. I don't like being in it. Today I got caught in downpour walking back from a restaurant I was at. So I had to pop into a bar to stay warm a little bit and then, and then head home again after
Was
an
it
hour.
was it raining that hard?
Oh yeah, it was sheets of rain. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You should come visit me in Vancouver.
You need rain in Vancouver?
No, not that we need rain. We can give you more rain. It always rains here. So I think
Yeah,
you'll
I
love
was
it.
carrying a what you might call it, a paper bag,
Uh huh.
and due to the sudden downpour, it fell apart. So I was carrying everything home against my chest to make sure it didn't fall out of the bag. There was holes everywhere. Yeah, it was
No.
ridiculous.
I'm glad you made it home.
Thank you. Thank you. I was soaked. I literally stripped at my front door and I'm like, I am not bringing all this water into my apartment. Hopped right in the shower so I don't get a cold like they do in Asian
In the K
dramas.
dramas?
Took a really hot shower to, I don't know, take the coldness out of me. I don't know. I don't know how that would work.
I really believed that if you go in the rain, you'll get a fever. I believed it so hard. And I said it at work one day. I went on a business trip with a coworker and it was raining and I was like, I'm not going outside. I can't afford to get a fever if I don't have an umbrella. And he's like, what are you talking about? That's not a thing. I'm like, no, it's a thing. All my life, I've known just because of K dramas, if you go in the rain, you'll get a fever. And then you need someone to put a towel on your head. Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Sadly, I
I'm
didn't
glad
have
you don't.
anybody to put a towel on my head when I got home.
Oh,
I only had my cat. That was it.
love it. She would have saved you.
She would have. She would have. She's a little furnace. She probably could have.
All right.
All right. So, first question, what are you currently watching, Carol?
Oh, this is a tough question, Caitlin. I'm watching old dramas. I'm not watching
Nice.
anything new. I tried the first two episodes of S Line, and
Mm.
I'm on and off with Heels, Head Over Heels.
Yeah.
But what I'm staunchly like in right now is My Name is Kim Samsoon and Coffee Prince. I've just gone back.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
Um, well, I like binge Prisoner of Beauty this week, so that was pretty much what I was watching. But my friend, when we were in Indiana, made me start a crime US show that she loved. So I have to finish that this weekend. It's like We Are Liars or We Were Liars. It's like about super rich family who owns an island and has built houses on the island for all of the siblings. And something happens to the main character on the island during a summer and she doesn't remember it. So then she
Oh,
goes back the next summer to try and investigate what happened to her. So that's what I'm watching. It's a mystery, like a crime mystery, but secrets galore, chaebol, everybody's cheating type situation. So yeah, it's good so far.
where are you watching it?
Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's only supposed to be like one season. I don't think they can do more than one. It's also like based off a book.
Okay. Okay. I'll look it up. Are you watching that Park Bo-gum show on Prime?
I am. I'm super behind on it though. I think it ends tomorrow.
Is it good?
I liked it, but
Okay.
I'm only on like episode 3. I'm really behind. But I
Okay.
liked it. But the problem is I mean, I like Park Bo-gum. I like everybody in it, but like Lee Sang-yi in it is like mind-blowing for me cuz I've
Stop.
never seen him. I've never seen like I've seen him in dramas,
Yeah.
but I've never like seen him in like a leadish role. He's more been a supporting role, and
Yes,
he's never
that's
really
true.
stood out to me. This drama, he stands out big time. And he's like a fencer and yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So,
You're selling it. I might have to
yeah.
give an episode a chance today. Yeah.
They also have a good bromance. I can tell there's going to be like a good bromance going on eventually. Because they don't necessarily hate each other at the beginning,
Yeah.
but they don't really like each other at the beginning.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll check it out. I'll check it out and DM you. I think I've been
Cool, cool.
very conservative with K dramas this piece.
Same, same. No, I like have not watched a lot of airing K dramas this year, which I normally do. I normally watch a lot of them. But yeah. And then there's also like Low Life that started 2 days ago. It was like Wednesday or Thursday. That's the one that's on Disney Plus, Hulu, wherever, with like
Yes.
the treasure hunter, whatever. I'm really interested
Yeah.
in starting that. Yeah.
Okay. I just went to Soon Diary's page to see, her July upcoming dramas post.
Mhm.
And I was like, maybe this is what I can try in July. And then I'm looking at the dates and I'm like, wow, a lot has already started.
Yeah.
But that
Oh
was one
no.
of them.
The thing I'm obsessed with though is the Marry My Husband Japanese version on Amazon Prime. It is so good, like better than the
Really?
Korean drama in my opinion, better than the Korean drama. It's so much darker and the best friend is so much more diabolical.
Stop. Okay. It's
You
been
have
on
to
my
watch that
list.
one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I will do that. Today, I'm gonna rewatch episode 32 of Prisoner of Beauty, and then I'll go back and start Marry My Husband, the Japanese
Yeah.
version. Yeah,
It ends next week. It's only 10 episodes. It goes by like really fast.
I like
Really
that.
fast.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I'll
Yeah.
do that. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, so let's go and talk about The Prisoner of Beauty. I'm really excited to talk about this. But if you guys have never been part of a review, the format of how we usually do this is I introduce the drama, the cast, then we will give our little non-spoiler review and rating, and then you'll get a spoiler warning in case you have not watched this drama yet, and then we'll deep dive into it, and I'm sure we have a lot to talk about. So Prisoner of Beauty is a Chinese drama. It aired on May 13th to May 29th of this year, 2025. Has 36 episodes. I apologize in advance. I'm going to butcher these names. I even practiced saying these names, and I still don't think I'm saying them right. So, especially Song Zhuer's name, like character name. I can't get her name right. All
Oh,
right,
just call
so
her Man Man.
I could call her Mon Mon. I will do that. I will definitely do that. Okay, Mon Mon, a clever girl from the Zhao family. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but I think it's Zhao. Marries Wei Xiao, the sharp and kind master of the Wei family, as part of a family alliance. With bad blood between their clans, the two start off wary of each other, constantly testing boundaries in both funny and tense ways. Over time, they begin to appreciate each other's quirks and talents. Through ups and downs, they learn to work as a team, tackling family drama and a bigger issue to bring some peace to their world. It's a story of partnership built through trial, error, and a bit of chaos. And that's directly from MDL. I liked that synopsis. The directors are Danke, who did Guardians of Da Feng and My Heroic Husband. I really want to watch My Heroic Husband. It's been on my list forever. And then Gao Kong Kai, who all did like Miss S and The Sleepless Princess. So they had two directors. And then there was one screenwriter, a woman named Nan Zen, who did Furthest Distance and The Romance of Tiger and Rose, which I have not seen either of those. What about you?
I have not seen. I've seen Guardians of Daffing. I've seen half of it. I did drop it. And I've seen The Sleepless Princess.
Is that good? It's been on my list to check out.
Um,
Your face. It's not good, I guess.
it's okay. It's not one I go back to. Let's just say
Okay,
that.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so MDL, the main roles that MDL has, we have Song Zhu who is in The Bond and the Demon Hunter's Romance. She plays our main woman, Man Man. And then we have Lu Yuning, who we know from A Dream Within a Dream, which recently just ended airing, and then The Story of Pearl Girl. And he plays Wei Xiao, so they're the main couple. Then we have Xuan Lu, who is known for, of course, The Untamed, and then she also was in Kill My Sins. She plays Lady Lao. And
Hmm.
then the last main role they give is Lu Duan. I think that's how you say his name. He was in The Rebel Princess and Joy of Life Season 1. He plays a Yen, who is like the cousin. I think it's the cousin of Wei Xiao, but he's in the Wei family. And then we have an enormous supporting cast. And I don't know if I want to name every single people that I listed out because it's going to take forever, but I will list out some of like the more prevalent supporting cast because there's even more after what I did not put on this list. So we have Wang Chengxi. He plays Wei Liang, who is he's not like a brother really, but he's treated like a brother. He's part of the four soldiers that work with Wei Xiao a lot. We have Wu Hao Chen, who is also one of those four friends. He plays Wei Chu. We have Li Shu Qin, who is Man Man's maidservant. Lu Yi Hong, who is also one of those best friend people, Wei Xiao. And then we have Chu Zi Chun, who is the fourth of those cousin people. Wei Zi Chen, who is Wei Xiao's advisor. Further down the list, we have Hei Hong Shan, who plays Man Man's cousin, and she is married to Zhao Lui La, who plays BZ. We have Ji Chaobing, who plays the Lord of Langya State. He's like we'll explain it in the spoiler section, but he's a prevalent character. Su Yi, who plays Wei Xiao's mother, Ao Ziyi, who plays Mon Mon's brother. We have Lu Ling Zi, who plays Mon Mon's father, amongst other people that we will name if they come up in the spoiler section. But this has a large ensemble cast, many more than what I listed out and talked about and whatever. So that's the cast. Overall review, Carol, what did you think of this drama? Spoiler-free review, and then like your rating for it.
I thought this drama was really, really well done. I think there were, if I were to give like negative points, I would say I didn't think the villains were developed enough in the same way that the main characters were.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, I thought it was beautiful. It made me like, I was sitting there thinking about two the female character, Man Man, because she was just so like smart and yeah, she's beautiful, but her brain and just the way she complimented the male character, I was in heaven. I was in heaven. I loved their push and pull. I loved how they were seducing each other, but they weren't, and they were calling each other out. The whole thing was just beautiful to me. And for me, I was comparing the female lead in A Journey to Love by Liu Shishi and Sung
Right.
Juer's character. And I sat down thinking about just how different the two women are, but they're also like very strong in their own worlds. And it was just nice to see the juxtaposition of Liu Shishi's character, who is like super strong. She can fight. She's also smart. And then Song Juer's Man Man character, who is like, she's softer, but she's very sharp. She's more of the director behind the scenes and loved her,
Right.
loved her. How would I rate this? I think I would rate this like a 4/5 or a
Yeah.
4.5/5, honestly. Because it was just so beautiful. It was nice to see their partnership. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you just said. I really think the highlight of this drama was our main couple. And I think that showed in the writing and the attention to that they got. I mean, which is you watch this for the romance, for the main couple. Yes, you do have the supporting cast and what's going on in the background around this couple, but you notice flaws when you start looking at the at the background after the
Yes.
couple, which stand out if you tend to watch dramas like we do if we're going to review something. But if you really just clearly watch this for the couple and for their dynamic and the chaos that is them, you will thoroughly enjoy this drama. Yeah, I completely agree with what you just said. I will probably rate it the same, like 4 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5, because there are flaws with the rest of some of the
Yeah.
rest of what's going on
Yeah.
behind the scene of the main couple. I agree with that rating for sure.
I love it.
All right. So we are going to do a spoiler warning here. We are going to start deep diving into this drama. So if you have not watched this drama and you want to before you get spoiled, please go and watch it and come back. If you, for some reason, don't mind getting spoiled, please continue listening. But this is your spoiler warning. We are going to start talking about this drama in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So where do you want to start, Carol? Do you want to start with I'm assuming the main couple? Just like go from there? Or do you wanna do, like, chronologically? Like, well, how would you like to do this?
I want to do it chronologically only because I feel like there were gems along the way.
Yeah,
So, when in the beginning, when she's at home, we get introduced to her strategic mind right away with,
yeah,
and the fact that she understands her grandfather with the helping her cousin run away with her love, who will never be accepted, the stableman. And then for her, like sitting in a room with all these men around her, just talking about what their solution is going to be because the cousin has run away, and she's just sitting there playing with a leaf, I think. And you can someone looks at her and you can feel like she's telling him, or she's trying to like get him to get to the point. Like, this is where I've been directing you to go put my name in, without
Right.
saying it herself, just so that she
Right.
doesn't implicate herself and what she's done for her cousin and all those things. And just the like conversation through their eyes that she has with her grandpa. I'm just like, this girl, this woman is going to be so amazing in this show, because
Right.
immediately you get to see that she's way smarter. And even her grandfather says it, you're way smarter than the men in the family.
Uh-huh.
And it's such a blessing. I'm trying to figure out if it's a blessing or a curse to have you, but we'll go with it. But yeah, I loved her for that. And it was also cool to see the male character, Wei Xiao, also like doing his battle and killing it in the game, and trying to get his revenge. I loved how they set it up early in like episode 1 and 2, so you could tell what exactly their conflict was. Yeah.
Yeah, and, like, his introduction was obviously badass. They, like, did this whole,
Yeah.
like, burning building, and he turns around, and he, like I think it's, like, pulling a mask down, and he's, like,
Yes.
in a black hood and whatever, and then the first time that she tries to enter I wouldn't say, like, a house, but, like, the town or whatever fortress, whatever state he rules, he, like, shoots an arrow. Like, it definitely establishes at the very beginning that their families hate each other, and essentially he hates
Exactly.
her for her family. And it doesn't really come off as, like, she hates him per
No.
se. He's a little more outwardly showing of that hate. Like, she definitely does, but it's definitely done in a more behind the scenes like her character does. Like, she doesn't trust him at all, where he is a little more showy of that hatred, especially at the beginning.
That's an interesting observation. Did you think she hated him? I didn't think so.
I think she hated his family. I don't think she necessarily hated him
I don't think
in
she
general.
even hated his family. I read it
Mm,
more
okay.
like she knows her family made a mistake. She knows her grandfather wanted to atone. I think in those moments she knew that Wei Xiao can come in with the army and get like Yangzhou, I think it was. That's where she was from. So she was more thinking strategically, okay, if we have this
Mm,
marriage alliance, then, we can begin to bury the hatchet. I don't, but I also believe that at the time, she felt like her grandfather made the right decision. He was trying to protect his people. And she
right.
said it a couple of times, like the goal for the Chiao clan is to always protect the people around them.
Mhm.
But she knew it was a mistake. So I never thought she hated him. I definitely felt like he hated her
Yeah.
and what she represented in his life, because his family had been massacred by her family. Is that right?
Well, they were massacred because her family didn't come and help.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Her family di like, he attributed that to essentially her family killing his family.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but what I do want to ask is, when do you think he first fell in love with her?
Oh, when he immediately saw her and pulled that curtain away. Definitely that first look. He fell hard, really fast.
That's what I thought too, but I was sort of challenging myself because I'm kind of like, wait, when he pulled back the curtain and he saw her face, and you see him linger on her face for a while, and she's checking him out too, I do feel like he reacted more than she reacted to him.
Mm.
And I felt more like he was fought it for a long time.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, he definitely love at first sight for that man. Definitely.
That makes it even better for me because I'm just like, my Delulu is like, oh my God, they were so perfect together.
Yeah. I mean, I think she was curious about him and
That's
was
what it was.
a little more calculating when it came to because it took her a lot longer, which was one of my I understood that, but I actually was kind of frustrated with how long it took her because she kept kind of, in my opinion, like, for lack of a better term, she kept making mistakes because she didn't fully understand that he actually did like her. Like, this was, like, further along in the
Okay.
drama, but there was a specific thing where I was like, "Okay, we are 15 episodes, 20 episodes in this thing, and you are still making this mistake of not thinking he likes you? Like, what the hell?" And she realized it. She was like, "Oh my god, I did him so dirty at this certain point. Like, why didn't I realize that?" But, yeah, we can get to that later.
Yeah. Yeah, she had a lot of trust issues with him for sure. But at the same time, it was justified. Like what he did
Oh,
to
yeah.
her in Shindu, like
Mhm.
he
Mhm.
basically manipulated her into giving up the seal of Pianyi. Why do I know the
Mhm.
names? That's y'all, that's how much I loved this drama. Like the names are still in my head. But he knew what he was doing when he broke down the wall and gave his speech, and you could tell he had this sinister smile when she couldn't see him. And that's the moment where she was just like, oh my God, this man is amazing. I'm going to give him the seal for Pianyi. And she goes to pick it up. She gives it to him. And he, in turn, just throws it in her face and kicks her out
Yeah.
just because, like, he couldn't get past the revenge.
Right.
So I understand why she struggled in that way. And yes, he did so many things along the way to prove himself. But at the same time, she just knew that he hadn't actually forgiven the Chiao clan for what they had
Mhm.
done. Because their wedding day, oh my God, if I could wring his neck for his behavior during
Yeah.
their wedding day,
Yeah.
like, you said you'd marry me. You went to get my dowry. You got the links. Why are you being so annoying right now? But I loved that scene too because he was, I think just before the wedding, he had gone to like give offering to his grandpa, dad, and brother.
Mhm.
So he was battling the pain he was going through and seeing her, and he was pissed off and he was taking it out on her. That's something that I didn't like about his character. He would
Right.
always take it out on her.
Yeah. Yeah. But she called him out for it at the same time. I think the first thing that really, like, told me if she can stand up for herself, she can stand up to him and show that you did me dirty was the whole, I think it was Panyi when the first time they went to Panyi and, like, he kicked her out
Yes.
and she met the guy who was thoroughly in love with her, honestly. Obsessed, I would say, not in love. He was obsessed with her. And they all go to Panyi, and the Wei Xiao comes to basically conquer Panyi because he has the seal now. And it was interesting to see her decision, like, very iconic scene of her standing in between her betrothed to
Yes.
the guy that was obsessed with her. And you'd think, due to everything she went through with Wei Xiao, she would probably go to the guy who was obsessed.
Yeah.
But again, she was very strategic and she saw that even though Wei Xiao was not the nicest person, and to her specifically, he cared a lot for the people. And then, as you said, her family in general, that was how they grew up and was taught, like, care about the people, not
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
And, the hysterical thing that happened right after that of, like, her running to him and them, like, obviously guarding around her to protect her, and she just ups and slaps the dude her, and all of his guards were like, "My god, she just slapped him." She just slapped him, and then
I
she,
know.
like, realized what she did and, like, goes into a ball, like, trying not
Fetal
to,
position.
yeah, because she obviously embarrassed herself at the same time. I was not expecting that at all.
That was such an epic scene
Yeah,
because there was a familiarity that the guy who's obsessed with her, I think his name is Liu Yan. Yeah, Liu Yan was obsessed with her. He grew up with her. It reminded me
mhm.
very much of have you read the book Fourth Wing? I think they had a
No,
scene.
I've
Okay.
heard of it.
Okay. There's a scene like that in there. Like he was relying on the familiarity that they have, and even like
Yeah,
calling her a man and saying, "You're the most precious thing to me, come to me, I'll protect you." And meanwhile, here's this dainty small woman in the middle of two armies who essentially want to kill her, really. And then you have Wei Xiao being like, I'm not going to compete with the sweet words that this guy is saying because I don't have sweet words for this. I don't like her. Like,
yeah.
I'm just trying to do the right thing. So he roughly says, "Come here." And I was just like, that's all you can say. That's
Yeah.
all you
And,
can
like,
say.
his friends around him are like, "Really, dude?"
Really?
Like, that's all you can say? Like, his friends had the reaction in the audience.
Yeah. Yeah. And she starts running, and Liu Yan is like, okay, like, shoot arrows, shoot. And he comes in and swoops her and turns his back. Oh my, I was screaming and kicking on my couch because I thought it was so, so sexy and so
Mhm.
cute. And then the danger goes away. She doesn't even look at his face and she slaps him.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
it was hilarious, but it just told me, like, even though she is helpless, it doesn't mean number one, she's not stupid, but number two, she's still going to defend herself in the tough moments.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
even if it's against him.
Yeah. Yeah. That was that was a great start to their relationship. And the fact that he didn't retaliate. Like as soon as he
Right.
got slapped, he was shocked and he was just like, "Did that happen?" And everyone around him was like, "That happened. That happened. Okay, let's pretend and walk away." And now,
I'm also surprised that scene happened so early because that was, like, one of the scenes that were going around the social medias when it
yeah,
aired. I'm like, "Oh, this has to be, like,
episode
episode
15.
15, 20, whatever." This was episode 4.
Yeah,
It was, like,
yeah.
really early, and I like, so it popped up, and I'm like, "Okay, if this is happening in episode 4, like, what is gonna happen for the rest of this drama?"
Yeah, I agree. And her just trying to guilt him. She wasn't guilting him, but she was just like venting and low key guilting him for everything he's put her through. And he starts feeling guilty. And at the same time, he's like, oh my God, you're making such a big deal about nothing.
But then he goes and does that whole thing with, like, the funeral and where she's, like, in a carriage for 3 days out in the rain. I'm like, which obviously
Yes.
is not his fault. He didn't realize that was happening because of his stupid cousin.
Yeah.
But it's like, you just saved this woman in Panyi, and you just got guilted by this woman while being, like, piggyback riding on your back. And then the next day, you leave her out in the rain without knowing you doing it for 3 days, and she gets sick.
For 3 days.
Yeah,
That was wild. Like I understood the first night and just, hey, this night means a lot to my family. We kind of don't want you there. I get that. But
yeah.
after that, you don't even check in on her. You're just like, oh, I'm
Right.
working. I'm back to my 9 to 5. That made no sense.
Well, even having, like, the 4 companion dudes watching this from the gate, I'm like, shouldn't one of you just, like, go and inform him that she's still there?
Right? But they were all watching, and they were watching Xie Tao, like, fall on the ground in the rain. She's begging them to I could not. I was so heartbroken, and I was so angry. But,
Yeah,
yeah, I guess they built us up to the moment where he rides his horse in and, yeah, swoops in and takes her home.
yeah. And then we got the hysterical scene of moon lovers with
Yes,
and Xiao.
yes,
I
and she
wasn't expecting that. I was like, "Oh, that's definitely moon lovers." Not that I don't think they were really trying to do that, but more like moon lovers, but also Scarlet Heart because they did it in Scarlet Heart too, but
yeah,
yeah, it was just it was I was not expecting that at all, and I, like, burst out laughing. Their pairing together, I loved them,
I loved them.
them together,
Yeah.
um, because it obviously added it was comedic for one. It was funny because it kind of mirrored our main couple in a way where
Mhm.
he did like Wei Xiao definitely fell first for Man, even if he did not want to admit it. And it was the same way with Wei Liang, except he admitted it from the get-go. He's like,
Right away.
I'm in love with you. I'm not gonna love any other woman. You just tell me what to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they were adorable too.
Mhm.
And it felt like he was teaching Wei Xiao the way, but Wei
Yeah.
Xiao was just being so a lot of people were teaching Wei Xiao how to be in love, actually. Like
Yeah.
people kept giving
Definitely.
him advice to be
Yeah.
softer, to be like kinder, to be more thoughtful of her, to check in, to yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's just like, "I'm a general. I don't have time for this soft stuff." Like, get over
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, but I feel like after that point, we kinda saw him subtly start caring for her
Yeah.
more than what we saw before. Like, he stayed in the house that his mom and cousin diabolically sent her to live and gave her his house.
Yeah.
Um, but then she also was like, "I'm still sick. I can't move."
She was
So,
milking it. She
she was definitely milking it for sure, for sure.
she did that a lot though. Like she would
She did. She did. Definitely.
I feel though like for a relationship to work, I do think the guy must fear the woman just a little bit, or at least
Yeah.
like I loved anytime he said, "You know what? I'm not going to argue. I can't argue with you. You're always winning." Like you're always winning with your words. I loved it when he said that because
Yeah.
he was no match for her, really. And then in her head, she's listening to her grandfather say, "Water wears down stone."
Mhm.
And that has impacted my life. What did the kids say? It rewired my brain because
Yeah.
you gotta know, and I think Man did this well. She just knew when to push and when to like, this is not the fight I want to fight. I'll fight the next
Right.
fight. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We had in episode 7, they were making progress, kind of getting to know each other, and then this was, like, the first introduction of, like, his box and his what was in this box, and his
Yeah.
reaction to her, even though she wasn't the one that actually moved the box, because we
Yeah.
found out later. And then it kinda just, like I was mad at him in this episode because I was like, "You're making progress." And then just because somebody moved the box, you go and choke her up against a wall and, like, freak her out again.
That was too much. That was
Yeah.
And I was watching an article with Song Jua, and she said, you know, Liu Yuning is not like that. So he really struggled with that scene of having to
Mhm.
choke her. And he felt so bad and whatnot. I was like, well, in the show, he was really selling it because man was
Oh, yeah.
pissed off.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's the thing with him. He operated from this point of expect her to be a Chiao and deceive me or try to trick
Right.
me, or like she always expected the bad. So as soon as something happened, he would just take it to 100,
Yeah.
which wasn't fair to her because she has already proven time and time again that she's in your court. And
Yeah.
yes, she still has her Chow clan, but she knows she's part of the Wei clan now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I loved that scene because this was one of the types of fights that she chose to fight and not let
Yes.
go. She walks into that room and just is like, "Yeah, if I move this box, this is what I would have done," and unlocks it in 5 seconds. Just like and he's, like, standing there like, "How the hell did you know how to do that? What the hell? People don't do that. The people who around me in 20 years don't know what's in this box. Like, what the hell?" So then he's like, obviously okay, clearly she didn't touch this box, so now I need to find out who, because clearly somebody's like, what I liked about his character is even though he did go off the rails and because it was a hothead and blamed her without any evidence a lot, he realized he had done wrong and
Mhm.
tried to fix it in various ways. And in this case, it was like, okay, somebody is clearly setting her up. I need to find out who and why.
Mhm.
And so he did fix his error eventually. But yeah, I love that scene when she just walked in and was like, "I'm gonna unlock this box right in front of you and prove I'm innocent of this."
Like she was just like, it's not that deep. Like it's such a simple
Right.
box. You don't have to make a big deal. If I want to get into it, I'm gonna get into it. But I told you, well, you told me not to, and that's fair. I won't.
Right.
But
Right.
right now, you're pissing me off. So I'm going to prove to you that it's really not that deep, boy.
Yeah.
And I loved that. But I loved the after, where again, she's going to drag it out and make sure you feel terrible. But
Right.
he's trying to entice her into his study to give her a gift. And she's just like, I'm not going to enter. I don't know what's in the office. I better make sure I don't touch any. And he's just like, oh my God, she's dragging it out. Yeah, both of them, I love it when they drag it out because it's their way of, I guess, getting you to grovel.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
did a lot of groveling.
Yeah. And then like at this time too, it's like because we have that whole Boya happening around this at the same time, and
Yes.
she's, like, doing things behind the scenes, and I'm just like, "Oh, this is gonna be found out, and then all this trust is gonna go away again,"
Yes.
and I'm, like, thinking to myself, I just wish we get to the point where they work together because they would be brilliant together, like, really brilliant, and it's gonna take a while for them to do that.
The way she got Boya for the Chiao clan was brilliant. Like,
Yeah.
he did not see that coming. I think his advisor saw it coming and he tried to call
Mhm.
it out, but he's like, no, she's not like that, which speaks to, even though he suspected her, he also had space to be like, she's not going to do that.
Right.
His feelings were complicated
Yeah. Yeah.
for her.
And then I think we got one of my favorite scenes too. Well, I think it's not even scene, but like development in this episode where they still were like living apart, like not in the same room. And he's like sleeping in his study, whatever. And this is the episode that she finds out that he's scared of the dark. And
Yeah.
I loved that just because it's like starting like seeing vulnerabilities, showing like
Yes.
opening up a little more, seeing like little
Yeah.
cracks. And like he didn't allow anybody else to know that at all.
Yeah. Yeah. I loved
Yeah, I
that
love that
scene.
scene.
And she was like, I'm here to protect you. I was like, I love it. I love it for
Right.
him. I love it for her. It was an opportunity, like you said, to break down the walls around them. I thought it's a very interesting thing, and I don't know how I feel about it, but even beyond that, all the other things that had been happening, she never let him lose face in front of his family. So she'd
Yeah.
sort of keep things to herself. And I'm struggling with that one because I I I don't know. I don't know. I was like, let him deal with it. That's an aspect of partnership that I've seen go south more than I have seen go like in the right way. So it was cool to see, but it made me think for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, that especially comes in prevalent on the next episode, which this is where I absolutely hate his mother. I felt kind of bad for his cousin because, like, I don't think his cousin really wanted to do it, but the fact that she went along with it, I was like, well, there's no turning back anyway. But I was just like, why did you think this was a good idea? Why did you think drugging your son to have sex with this woman who you claim has been with you the entire time she was alive and feels like
Yeah,
her mom his mom was horrible at choosing daughter-in-laws. Like,
100%.
between this cousin and then also Lady Yulu, like, she wanted that woman, and then we find out that woman's, like, crazy,
Crazy.
like a psychotic. Um, I'm just like, "What the heck?" Like, of all the things to, like, drug your son to attempt to, like, have sex with this person to then, I don't know,
Force
become
them.
a consort, really?
Yeah,
I was like, "No,
that
no." And
was
you could just tell
terrible.
he was distraught by that because he was like, "It's my mother and
Yeah,
my clan, and, like, she betrayed me
yeah,
horribly
yeah,
because of this." But then, like, Mon didn't allow him to lose face. Like,
yeah,
she pretended he was sick, did everything herself, like sent the servants away to make sure that no one else knew about it. He was able to stop himself before doing anything to like the whole thing, because she was at this time her grandfather had died, so like she was
yes,
in mourning, and he allowed her to have a year of mourning to not do anything,
yes,
and that almost was compromised because of this whole thing before he caught himself by, I think, being slapped in the face again. I
yes,
think so. I think he was slapped in the face again.
he
And
was.
then, of course, we got, like, an icy bath, and they had to do the shirtless scene,
Oh
obviously.
my God. I ate that up so the first sorry. I did not like that scene because she was in real danger and
Yeah,
something could have happened, which would have
yeah,
destroyed the story for me, to be honest. Um,
right.
but when he is in the bathtub doing his ice bucket challenge and she brings him water and he's drinking the water and the water is like running down his neck. I was like, oh, rivulets of water on your skin. I was making a whole story. I was like, this is so perfect. I was in heaven and then he stands up. I feel like the
Yeah,
standing up was a great shot, but it could have been more emphasized like it was in the red sleeve.
yeah,
I just felt like, you could have given me more, but I'll take what you give me for now. It's okay.
right. Yeah, and I also kind of felt bad for him because he was guilty after that. He, like,
Yeah.
kind of stayed away,
Yeah.
did not know what to do in the situation because it wasn't his fault, and I love that she didn't blame him at
Yeah.
all. Like,
Yeah.
she knew that wasn't him or his choice or whatever. Um, I also love the grandmother. I love the grandmother in general, but the grandmother in this scene was great. In this
She
episode was
was.
great. Yeah.
When she went to kick out the cousin, I was like, oh,
Yes.
grandma for the win.
Yes.
She's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. His
But
mom was stupid, like, for
his
most of the drama.
but that's the thing. Like, I know you said you hate her, but I felt like she was more stupid than evil.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, I agree with that. I hated her because of that action, but I don't
Okay.
think she was never gonna be a villain. Like, she wasn't cunning enough. She was just
No.
stupid. Because wasn't the only time she made a really stupid decision due
Yeah.
to other people other than this, like, this decision she made on her own. Other decisions she made later on, they were like people in her ear telling her to do it, and she thought it was a good idea at the time, and then she realized how stupid the idea was. So grandmother called her out on it. She was just like, "Don't do anything anymore."
Yeah,
Like, "Stay in your lane. Don't do anything."
exactly. I agree with grandma. I agree with grandma. But Manman, I loved how Manman would electively call on grandma for support to help fix whatever situation because she couldn't come out and say it directly. Like
Yeah.
the whole get a concubine thing and her going to grandma and asking for advice, air quotes. And grandma was really good at reading between the lines and what she was being told. They had a great relationship, and I enjoyed the portrayal of their relationship too.
So then the next episode was when we got his cousin to come
Ugh.
in. And at first, I did not like this cousin. He grew on me. But at first, I found him really creepy.
Yes.
Like, right away, very creepy. But then, obviously, we got to know more about him. He kind of grew. I thought he would become a villain, especially at the introduction, which I'm so glad he didn't. I really did. Because I think that would have broken grandmother's heart. Like,
Me
really.
too.
I mean, he
Yeah.
already did. I think his character did in a way, but like that would have been a whole nother level of breaking her heart.
Yeah.
Really. He, in my opinion, was creepy when he first showed up.
I couldn't get him. And then I saw they were cousins, and I'm like, what's going on? And then I saw him, like his feelings start to build for her.
Yeah.
And then the painting that he had, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, bruh, you're so messy. You're,
Right.
yeah,
I think it was also like one of those things where he fell for her first,
yes,
but didn't like the fact that she didn't like him back in that way
yes,
at
yeah,
all, and it was very apparent that she was devoted to his cousin, and he couldn't handle that. He like,
yeah.
that has never happened to him at all. He was like a god among every woman, and I'm like, "Yeah, she doesn't like you, dude. Move on."
She's with your cousin. Like, they're
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Right.
I enjoyed when Wei Shao went to his place and burned that room
Yeah.
down, ate
Yeah.
it up, ate it up
Yeah.
because it was about time. And I felt like they needed to have that conversation. And then
Right.
I think it led to like revealing his cousin's birth origin and his path
Mhm.
and all those things. And I think they needed to expose that.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, obviously on the surface, he definitely burned it because he was jealous. And he like,
100%.
but I think also he really, and I think they did this very well. He also burned it for both of their reputations. He wanted to make sure that that didn't go out because it was clear something was going on and there was a painting and there were rumors going about. But I think he also did it to protect them at the same time, which was his character. Like he really cared for his family, even if his cousin was being really creepy going for his wife, it was still out of protection of both of them,
Yeah.
really. Not
Yeah.
that he really had to protect his wife, because his wife, like, he knew his wife wasn't involved whatsoever. And then he had that maidservant too. Well, not really. Like, she was from the establishment, the
Mhm.
drinking establishment, that she thought that she was the person in the painting until he put a face on it and realized it wasn't her in the painting.
And she got mad.
She got mad. Yeah, she got real mad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. She really thought she had him in her pocket. And then she realized, oh, it's his wife. And then she goes to share it. Why
yeah,
did she have to go share it? Anyway, it all worked out well in the end. But even when he came back from burning it down and just the threat he gave to her and said, you better not go say this anywhere.
yeah,
I just loved that. I loved that. But for her, I was going to say, I felt like when it had to do with her, he got really jealous really easily and
Oh,
really
yeah.
quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Remember
That
that?
artist person and, like, the comedy with his biceps.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna bring up. Like, he hated that guy because
Yeah.
he represented stuff that she liked, like Man liked, and he couldn't do because it wasn't naturally him. But the workout part,
Yeah.
oh,
The workout part. Well, and the fact that he goes and, like, defaces this, like, centuries old scripture off a side of a mountain and brings it back for her, it's like, okay, the dude would have left the palace the next day, but because you did this, he has to stay for an extra month to fix your mistake.
it's your fault. And she came and scolded him in front of the artist. He was so pissed off.
Definitely jealous of her
Yeah.
or for her, like, for other people. Like, nobody could look in her direction at the
Yeah.
basically.
You'd be cast out immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Immediately. Immediately. Yeah.
Okay. So I feel like for him, the first competition was the cousin, and she was driven out. Then
Yeah.
came the male cousin,
Yeah.
and he left. And then the painter. And then now we come back to,
Lady Yulu.
yes,
Lulau? Yeah, she shows up and definitely wants to drive a wedge between the two, which I love because it's like there's no wedge you're gonna be driving between these two people at all. This is where his mom made the stupid decision of,
yeah,
like, what did they do? Like, steam that grain or something? Like, cooked it,
yeah,
basically,
yeah.
so it was, like, not usable, and tried to make it look like her family sent it as, like, a dig for them, but he is like, "Nope, I'm gonna stand up for this, in front of everybody, I'm gonna defend my wife, and I'm gonna investigate this because this is bullshit." Something
She,
happened.
like, he just knew she wouldn't do that and they wouldn't do
Right.
it. Yeah, yeah,
Right. I don't think even that is like I don't think she wouldn't do that, but also she wouldn't do it so publicly.
that's
Like
true.
if she did that, it would not be this blatantly in public to embarrass him. And as you were saying, like she doesn't do things publicly
She
unless
is
she
a,
needs to.
yes, she's a behind the scenes kind of, yeah, force, if you
Yeah.
will.
Yeah. And I really don't think Lady Yulu anticipated that. I think she like thought that
Mm.
she had a deeper connection with Wei Xiao than what she actually had.
Mm-hmm.
And then this was the first time that Man was like, crap, like they were potentially lovers because of a rumor and she got a little jealous. And
Mm-hmm.
then that caused Wei Xiao to kind of really open up and say, like, no, this is like my actual relationship with this woman has nothing to do with me because he was like a child when like the other thing I really was trying not to figure out the ages of this
Me too.
because because this woman was engaged to be married to his brother and if you look at his brother and what he looked like when he was
He was
dying
much
like
older.
he was much older which and this woman I was like okay well I don't know, Wei Xiao's 20, 21.
Yeah.
I don't know, in his 20s probably in this drama.
But
So
let's,
she this woman engaged to his brother must have been, I don't know, because he was what, 10,
yeah,
12 when he
yeah.
ascended to the throne? So it was like, how old was this woman to like kind of want to be married to this guy? I was trying not to think of those ages, but I immediately started thinking of those ages.
I was thinking about the age of Man because of just how wise she was.
Yeah,
And I was just like, this can't be, because back in the day, they were like 13, 14, 15.
right.
And so that didn't make sense to me because I was like, why is she so wise for a 13-year-old who hasn't been through trauma like that? Only really went through trauma in the last couple of months when she met her new husband. So Like, what? This makes no sense. She has to be in her late 20s.
Mhm.
That's how I was seeing
Yeah.
it. So for the other lady, I thought she was in her early 30s, and she's
Yeah.
probably wanting to get with a 20-something-year-old Wei Xiao. She was
Right.
weird. She was
She
weird.
was weird. And
She
I think I wanna say I just Googled this. In the novel, apparently this was a reborn story that they didn't put in the drama, but there was a
Oh,
reborn story in the novel, apparently, according to Google. You're right, she is very young in the in the novel.
thank
So
you.
in the novel, she is 12,
What the what the helly?
and, like, when she died, she was in her 20s, and when she got reborn, she was 12. Apparently, according to Google, there was no specific age given to the male lead, but it's,
Okay.
like, known that he's older than her, obviously, but she is 12 in the novel.
That's crazy.
Right. Yeah. At least
That
that's what Google
yeah.
says. So, that's nuts.
That
That's
yeah.
nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, love it for her, but I don't think that's a realistic portrayal of a 12-year-old. But
No,
maybe
definitely not. No. But I think in terms of the reborn aspect,
true.
it was like a 20-something-year-old in a 12-year-old's body.
Oh, no,
I think
you're
that because
right.
I think they kept the memories.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would make more sense in terms of why she was so smart.
Can we have a modern drama with them? Because
Yeah.
I need to see them again. They were the chemistry they
They had
had,
great chemistry. They had great chemistry, yeah.
it was so
Oh
good.
god, there was this one scene that, like, I was like, "Oh my god, they actually how did this pass censorship?" That scene where they were like, "Let's make a baby." I was like, "How did that pass censorship?"
That's episode 32, y'all. Episode
Yeah,
32? Oh my god. I just watched it, like, just before I logged on with you. That was the
yeah,
most beautiful choreographed intimacy scene this year.
yeah,
It was
definitely.
so perfect, and it was so grown up and
Yeah.
sexy, and like you, I was just like, "The censorship people let this fly?" But
I also
technically,
liked it wasn't, like, him, it was, like, her, really,
yes.
which I was like, "This is just so unique." Like,
Was it? Hang on. Was it? I don't think
I
so.
mean, at first it was. Like, how it was shot was, like,
Uh-huh.
she was on top,
Uh-huh. Yes.
and he was like, for lack of a better term, like, egging her on in a way, like, playfully egging her on.
And that's why I don't think she was leading it, because he was playfully
Okay,
egging her on. Because when
that makes
he
sense.
she's about to kiss him or something, and he leans back. First of all, he pulled her into him,
Right.
and then she's gonna kiss him, and he leans back, and he slowly works his abs and gets lies on the bed. I was just like, "That's an ab workout right there. I'm gonna do that."
True, yeah.
And then she smiles because she knows he's, like, seducing her. He's
Mhm.
yeah. And she plays along, and then, yes, she was on top, and yes, he's kissing, but I feel that's their relationship, though.
Right.
They have this push and pull, and he what's the word? I know children listen to this, so I'm not gonna use certain terms. I'm trying to use the PG terms.
You can just use the terms, whatever.
I feel like their relationship is very sub-dom in
Mm,
terms of sometimes he is dom outside, but then
right,
once they're inside, he's definitely sub.
yeah,
And so even in that scene, it played out a little bit that way, and then he sort of takes over.
yeah.
Just the shot from above the bed and
The shot from above, yeah.
the
Yeah.
framing of the shot, and you see no skin, but you just felt a lot of passion, and I thought it was
Right.
beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. I would agree, and, like, I feel like it's a sub-dom relationship physically where he's the dominant, but intellectually,
Yes.
she definitely is the dominant person, which is how I
100%.
think how their relationship works really
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Eventually when they start working together, but, like, I think that works really well, and that dynamic works really well for them.
I
Yeah.
agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Love it.
The other scene that I rewatched a lot because it was kind of comedic, but also just like, "Oh, they're starting to get to know each other," is when they were traveling, um, and they were in the guest house, and she gives him a head massage,
Yes.
and he groans. I rewatched that scene so many times.
That was a
I
good
think this
scene.
drama did, like, comedy really well, where it was
Yeah.
placed really well. It
Yeah.
didn't really, like, interrupt anything that was going on. And it kind of just broke some of the tension that was, like, there.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I rewatched that scene quite a bit as well.
I have to go watch that one too again.
Episode
We
17, if you were
Thank
that
you.
was also when he,
Perfect.
like, fell asleep on her lap too. Yeah.
Yes, he would just allow his guard down. Like, he
Yeah.
started allowing his guard down around her, and it was just so beautiful. Like, they started becoming each other's piece,
Yeah.
and I loved seeing that for both of them because they both deserved it. Their minds work so much and they have so much responsibility on them. So it was nice to see them relax a little. But we haven't talked about that heartbreaking scene with her sister or her cousin
Yeah. Yeah.
when she goes to Roya for reinforcement.
Reinforcements. Yeah.
Yo, that
I didn't
scene.
expect that. I didn't expect the reaction of her, not necessarily of her cousin. I didn't expect
Yeah,
the reaction of her.
yeah. It was so heartbreaking because when the cousin said, I'm not gonna let my husband like go out there, put himself in danger.
Yeah.
It was like a slap in the face to Man Man.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely. Yeah.
and Man Man took it really personally. And she felt guilty at the same time too, because I think she was taking it on like if it wasn't for me, my husband wouldn't be out there. But
Right.
she had never like I don't think she had ever thought for her husband not to fight. And
Yeah.
that was the greatness of Man Man and Wei Xiao, is that they understood their responsibility. And
Yeah.
for her, it was never an option just to opt out. And her cousin was telling her, like, this is not my life. This is you. Like, you're the fighter. I'm a soft girl. Like, I don't like all these things. And Man Man was struggling with guilt because she feels like, oh, if I love this man, why am I making him do these things? And at the same time, I'm protecting the people. I think it was the most heartbreaking part in the show for me
Yeah. Yeah.
because their
Yeah.
relationship was never the same after that.
Never the same. Never the same. Yeah, and I really don't think the cousin meant to be that direct. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think she really meant it the way that Mon took it.
Yeah.
Um, and because like, she felt guilty
She did.
afterwards because she realized her saying no meant Mon went there by herself with, like, 500 people against 100,000 people. And
Yeah.
she was like, "Oh, crap, I just sent my cousin to die. Like, that's really what I did. And I chose my husband over my cousin." And
But
so
that's
it was Go ahead.
I don't know. But that's what she's always done though.
Yeah,
It was
definitely.
only when it was convenient and if Bijou wanted it, that's when she would be in support of Bijou. But she has always chosen Bijou.
Yeah.
While Man Man has always given her space to choose Bijou.
Mhm.
So to me, how did I feel about that scene? I think I had understood Fan, but I was also really hurt and I felt like she had done it to me
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
sure.
Yeah, I understood why she did it and understood where she was coming from, but I'm like, "Dude, your cousin is, like, basically begging you because she
Right?
knows that her husband is gonna potentially be dead because you." Because it's like, you want to prove like, Mon wanted to prove to her husband that she would support him and she would not be her family and she would not do what her family did, and
Yeah.
she knew that Wei Xiao was like, "Oh, no, Mon would never do that to me, like, she is gonna bring reinforcements, it will be fine." And then she, like, realized she couldn't do it because her cousin said no, and I'm just like, I was mad at her cousin.
I was
I was
mad.
mad. I understood, but I was mad. I was really mad because I was
Yeah.
just like, "You are your family. You just proved that why you're a Chow."
Yeah, that was really sad. But Maman pulled through on her
Mhm.
own.
Brilliantly, of course.
Of course she did. And now they're playing this whole hide and seek of him trying to catch up to her,
Mhm.
understanding like the level of danger that she had put herself in to protect him and whatnot. And then he finally sees her, and instead of being nice, he starts scolding her. And I understood him because he's scolding her out of fear of I could have lost you.
Right.
And
Yeah.
obviously, my man is pissed off.
Yeah. And, like, everybody around him is like, "Really, dude?" Like, again, it's like the common thing if he says something to her and everybody watching them do it is like, "Are you kidding me?" Like, really?
That's all you could have done. You couldn't have
Yeah.
been nicer. Yeah. Yeah. And then he goes in with like tangerines and he's like, do they ever say sorry? I feel like it takes them a while to say the word sorry. They always try and like present a gift or use words, but never actually say it until at the last moment they're like, let me just say sorry. You know what? I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I love their relationship so much. So good.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. This, because we did the podcast for A Journey to Love. Between this relationship and that one, which did you like more?
Hold on. The Journey to Love, is that with the one with
Liu Shisha,
I haven't seen that one.
stop it.
That wasn't me.
What? Oops, sorry.
I haven't watched that one yet. It's on my list.
Did I do it? Okay.
I watched the other one, the one with Esther Yu, and
My
I
Journey
always
to
mix them
You.
2 up, but yeah, I've seen that one. I have not seen A Journey to Love. It's on my list, but I have not watched it yet.
Caitlin.
I know.
Wow. I don't know how to react right now because I'm sure I blew up your DF.
I'm sure you did. Yeah. Yeah, I have not watched that. Yeah. Same with, like, Kill My Sins. I wanna watch that one too, and I haven't watched it.
Okay.
Carol's giving me, like, "I'm gonna kill you" face. You need to go
I
watch these right now.
I can't believe I did that episode with Liliana. My bad. But I can't believe you haven't seen that. I feel like if you do see that, DM me. You have
I
to
will.
DM me
I will.
because it's just perfection. Both dramas are perfection.
Mhm.
Shout out to Liu Yuning. I think his projects,
He had a
except
year this year. He's had
right?
a year this year. Definitely.
A dream to,
Definitely.
a dream within the dream. But he's had a year.
Mm. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna watch that drama. I don't think that drama's for me. The comedy, I don't think would work for me very well.
No, no. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, let's talk about the ending, and then we need to talk about these villains because I have a lot of thoughts on these villains. So the ending, like she saves them, she blows up the dam, they go and find each other, and then we have some heartbreaking stuff with the
Oh,
ending in general. Like I thought I was spoiled on the ending, so I knew that all of this was gonna happen, but I also didn't know how it was gonna happen.
okay.
So I knew what the endings of the characters would be, but I didn't realize how they were gonna happen with this. So, like, the first one, Wei Liang, I knew he was gonna end up dead, but my god, like, the guilt that Wei Xiao must have felt,
Oh,
let alone, like, the 3 other soldiers must have felt, because, like, the whole reason he went there was on the orders
a
of
voice
Wei
shout.
Xiao to, like, get even, like, clothing, I think? I think he was supposed to get some outfits or something
Yeah.
because she found out she was pregnant,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm just like, "Oh my god, he's gonna be destroyed by this, like, absolutely destroyed." Um,
And just Xiao Tao reaction when they told her he was
yeah,
gone.
yeah.
My God.
You also kind of knew he was gonna like his ending because that shot where he turned around on the horse in the doorway, I'm like, "Oh, this dude's a goner. This dude's an absolute goner." Like, and of course it's him. Of course it's him because he of the 4 soldiers, I feel like he had the most prominent role due
Yes.
to his relationship with the maidservant.
Yes.
But yeah, like and the fact, like, it wasn't even just like he died. They, like, strung him up and he was hanging there. And I'm just like, "Okay, so you're just gonna, like, have a dead body rotting away? Like, what was the purpose of that?"
It was so sad because it felt like, on the one hand, to be very honest, I'd rather he have died than Wei Xiao. If Wei Xiao died, I would not be sitting here talking about this drama with you
Oh,
because
definitely. There's no way they would kill off the male lead.
no, but it's not like they haven't. When it's a
They
C
yeah,
drama,
that's
historical,
true.
you anticipate someone is gonna die at the end.
True, true.
And if someone had to die, I understand why they chose Wei Liang over all the other gentlemen because the other gentlemen didn't really have that stickiness with us,
Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
said. But the way they did it to him was so
Mhm.
sad. Was so
Yeah.
sad. He had just talked about getting married with her and they were talking about their finances and then he left and he didn't come back and oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And the fact it was, like, again, her family betraying everybody. It wasn't just,
Yeah.
like, a random third party villain. It was her stupid family, specifically one uncle
That
being
guy needed
horrible.
to die.
The guy yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He was a stupid character in general. He made stupid decisions,
Honestly.
which yeah. And then we had the cousin, the woman cousin. I can't remember her name. I always forget her name.
Fan.
Fan, yeah. I that was one that I like, obviously, I was spoiled and knew it was happening, but I was like, "What?" Like, that's how oh my god. I was like, "No, no way. Absolutely no way." Like, destroying her husband's just watching her die. I was just like, "Oh my god."
That
Again, though, like,
was
if you're being used to manipulate your husband,
that's true.
I feel like that was, like, the only choice because she knew that they would never win unless she was taken out of the equation.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, was I sad? Yes. Did I cry?
Yeah.
No. No. Because I just how do I feel? I'm so for Man Man and that scene with Man Man where she broke Man Man's heart really broke me.
Mhm.
So I was kind of like, see, like maybe if you had helped in the past, we wouldn't be here. A part of me was like that. But the other
Uh-huh.
part too was I think it's that fallacy of being safe and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the privilege of getting to choose not to be a part of it.
Right.
So you don't pay attention. And then when doo-doo hits the fan, you're not ready.
Right.
I thought it was really poetic in a way and sad that this is someone who said this is not the life she wants. She did everything to avoid this kind of thing. And she ended up being a pawn in that said thing, which was, yeah, that part was really sad. And, but did she have to go? I mean, life goes on.
Yeah, I mean, I was more sad for her husband because he was absolutely devoted to her,
That's true. That
and
was a good man.
that was a good man, and just, like, to have him see her
Yeah.
make that decision and, like, actually jump off the wall
Yeah.
and then not be fast enough to catch her,
Yeah.
like, utterly destroyed him. But, yeah, I understand it because yeah, if she had made other choices, she never would have been in that situation,
True.
potentially.
I sound quite
Yeah.
I sound quite evil, but I was really distraught when she didn't come through for Man Man. I thought it
Mhm.
was a very selfish decision, even though I
It was, though,
understood.
it was. Yeah. I mean, I felt the same way. It was very selfish, especially because it's like
You wouldn't have this.
her cousin was supposed to marry Wei Xiao. It was never supposed to be Mon Mon. And her cousin was like, "Nope, you like the stable boy. Let's allow you to run off." Like your whole life would not exist if Mon Mon hadn't like decided that she wanted more power and the only way to get that was to marry into the Wei family
Yeah.
because it was clear her family was like her family was messed up behind the scenes. You didn't know it at the beginning, but her family
Yeah.
was messed up.
Yeah. 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 That was it was a devastating moment, but
Yeah.
we move
I
forward.
think also it's like you also are a huge fan of this couple, the main couple, Wei Xiao and Man Man, because it's like both of them were missing something in their from their families that they found within each other. Like
Yes.
especially Wei Xiao, but even Man Man was that same thing. Like Man Man, as you said, like the only real person in her family that really understood her and like kind of encouraged her to be herself was her grandfather.
Yeah.
Everybody else kind of didn't really pay attention to her, kind of just like allowed her to be in the room. Like
Yeah.
her father did care for her, but not in the way her grandfather did. Um, and then Wei Xiao, he was kind of like had nobody. Like, yeah, his mom liked him, and his grandmother, of course, adored him, but like there was no one in his corner in his family. Like yes, he was king, but there was constantly plotting against him because he was a
Yeah.
child when he went to the throne. Like no one was fully in his corner. Maybe obviously his like four soldiers were and his advisor was like cuz his advisor was his like second father really.
I agree.
Um but they Man Man and Wei Xiao became that person that they really needed and that were missing from their own families in general. Yeah.
Yeah. When he asked her to give him a baby, first of all, that was so cute. But when he asked, I think she responded with, "I'm gonna create that family that you
Yeah.
need for you." And he corrected her and said, "No, this is for us," or something like that. And
Mhm.
we could just go on and on about this couple.
Right. Yeah.
Let's talk about our villains.
Yeah, the villains. So we had multiple villains in this drama throughout. I really didn't predict who was going to be the absolute big bad at the end. I thought it was going to be Lady Yulao.
Mm,
I thought she was going to be the big bad person.
Mhm.
But in my opinion, she kinda went to the side a little bit at the end, and
Mhm.
it became what is his name?
The
Lu Yan.
Yeah.
That's was yeah. Yeah, and I don't know if I liked that because it was kind of like he disappeared. He was at the beginning of the drama.
Mhm.
She made the choice of running towards Wei Xiao in that
Mhm.
siege, and then he kinda disappeared for 20 episodes.
Yeah.
And then you really thought it was maybe the Beyond State, the whole his whole cousin and his uncle might become a villain, which wasn't the case. The uncle in Beyond State sort of became the villain for a short period of time, but then he died.
Mhm.
Um, and then you thought his cousin, Wei Xiao's cousin, the creepy cousin, was gonna be one, and he definitely was not the villain at all,
Yeah.
which you end up liking the cousin at the end. I did end up liking him
Me
a lot.
too.
I loved his relationship with the grandmother a lot.
Me too.
And then Lady Yulu came in, which I thought would be a bigger villain by the end because she was psychotic and just was like, especially after that punishment that Wei Xiao gave her. Like she was psychotic before then, but after the punishment, she was really
Oh,
psychotic.
you know,
Yeah.
that villain, even though I say she was written flat, I feel like
Hmm.
she was just so delulu. Like she
She
really
was.
felt she was God's gift to the people. And
Oh yeah.
anyone who married her would have the blessings of God.
Yeah.
That's how she was like walking around with the thing on her forehead. But
Hmm.
how I characterize her is I think she thought she was Man Man in the
Yeah.
sense that she felt she had the skills, the brains, the beauty of Man Man, but she was nowhere near Man Man.
Yeah.
And that level of Delulu is dangerous, yo.
Right. Right.
It's dangerous because it made her do so many silly things. And that punishment,
Yeah.
uh,
I wish he had killed her,
I
but
wish he had killed
I
her.
I wish he had killed her, but I in some way though, I really think that punishment was worse for
I
her
think
at
so.
least. And I think he knew that.
Yeah.
I think he knew that.
Okay. There's this thing that Wei Xiao does, and I'll say it like in episode, I want to say when they were in Pianyi, so earlier episodes where she goes to see her sister. And then at night, he comes to her. He's like, I want to talk. And he's like, the mountains can be really windy. And I see that you did this for your cousin and your people. He has a way of telling people, I know who you are and I know what you've done without like just putting it in their face.
Right.
Do you remember that scene?
Yeah.
And she's like, how do you know I went to see my cousin?
Yeah.
And he just made it so easy to move forward. And then in this scene with the punishments, when he's like, you think you're God's chosen or whatever, and he cleans the painting on her forehead, and he's like, we all knew
Mhm.
it was fake, babe.
Right. Right.
Oh, that man.
I also love that he threw his brother back in her face. He was like, he knew that was fake. He knew
Yeah,
all along, and he
yeah,
still wanted to marry you, and he still wanted to love you.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Because she used his brother to keep him on a short leash for a
yeah,
very long time. And yeah.
very much so. She was, but here's the thing as soon as, her nose gets cut off, she wears her
Yeah.
mask. She goes to Liu Yan. They're going to get engaged or whatever. And then she just disappears from the scenario. And I
Yeah.
think that's the difference between her and Man Man, where Man Man was very much still in charge and involved in the strategies that were still happening in this scenario with the what's her name? I keep Liu Duo, she was just she thought she was still in charge, but she had
Right.
met her match in psychotic because homeboy Liu Yan was also,
Yeah, he was a psycho. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if I don't know if I liked that he turned into a psycho though. Like he kind of like you kind of saw that in the beginning when in the siege in Panyan because the whole reason why Manman ran away was
Hmm.
because he did not care about the people and she saw that.
Hmm.
And so you kind of got inklings of that, but then he really went off the rails when his father, I think it was his father who like remarried
Hmm.
and he basically killed all of them to gain power. I don't know if I liked that switch. I feel like that could have been done better,
Hmm.
like in a more cunning way, but
Yeah.
I
Or
don't really know how that could have happened.
I think the villains would have been better if we had been, let me say, if they had found a way to make us feel sorry for them
Yeah. Yeah.
and understand them a little. Maybe that would have
Yeah.
made them more impactful as villains. So, like the cousin who didn't turn out to be a cousin, if he had been a villain, you sort of would have understood
Right.
because
Yeah.
you
I
felt
think
emotionally connected.
yeah, and you got that background.
Yeah.
Whereas like the guy just killing his father and second wife and even his half brother, you never got the background of like what he was dealing with that. It
Yeah.
was like as I said, it was just like a switch and then he just went super psycho after that.
Yeah.
And the same with Lady Yulu. Like you kind of got her background a little bit, like but it was more of like she was passed around
Yeah.
from lord to lord. But at the same time, it's like, but you're looking for another husband. Like, why would you want to marry another
Exactly.
husband if you already had this background of hating that you were passed around? Like,
Yeah.
why not make your own states and gain your own power? Because you have enough. Your reputation is enough. Like in my opinion, if she had tried to just do it by herself, she had a reputation that probably could have done that.
But I don't think she ever thought she could do it by herself. I think she
Right.
was a victim of the times where maybe she
Mhm.
didn't feel like women could do it by themselves. And that's why she had identified Wei Xiao as, if I hitch my horse to this guy, we're gonna go far. And I can
Right.
manipulate him like I did his brother and all these things. So I feel like Man Man probably could have done that on her own if she had
Right.
to and believed that she could do it on her own. But I don't think Liu Yu had any idea that, you know what, I could go out and build the world for myself. Because
Right.
she got this huge army too. So
Right.
yeah, it was quite sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
I did love seeing this character though play that because or not character, the actress who played her, Swan Lu, every other character I've seen her play, she was like the good girl sister, girl like the Untamed, for example.
Yeah.
Her playing this villain, I thought she did it well. I thought she
Yeah.
acted this really well.
Yeah.
Same with the guy who played the other villain, the psychotic villain.
Liu.
Ji Chaobing. Every other role I've seen him do, he was like the nice guy or the best friend or everything. So it was really nice seeing them play villains and play him very well, in my opinion.
That's true.
But both of their endings I thought were very anticlimactic
Yes.
because I think part of it is it was episode 36 and they needed to end them and to give our happy ending of a child with with our couple. And I really don't think they put up a fight, really, especially the guy villain, the
Yeah.
Liu Yang. He kind of just was like
In his
sitting in a
chair.
chair. He didn't really fight because he was that delulu. I don't
Yeah.
know. And then Lady Yulu got done in by herself. She killed herself because she realized that her plan had fallen apart and
Mhm.
people were betraying her and running away and not supporting her anymore, which
Mhm.
I didn't like that decision either. I felt like that was a cop out at the same time just to get rid of both villains so they could give the happy ending. I thought that was a little
The ending
they could
was
have done that a different
rushed.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely rushed. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they dragged out Lady Yu's mission for too long, in my
Mhm.
opinion. Just her, getting her army, going to um the guy, Yulan, and being like, I have an army, let's get together. And it just felt so slow whenever they came on. And then all of a sudden, everything escalated and it ended. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What was,
Okay.
do you have a favorite quote from this drama?
Oh, man. I have a lot of favorite quotes.
Really?
I really liked I'm not gonna remember this, like,
Okay.
word for word. Okay, the one so there I read this later, but I really like the scene. It's not a quote, but it's a funny quote, really. In episode 13, when they have that argument, when the Wei Xiao and Man have the argument, and she's like he's underneath the covers and she's, like, beating him.
Yes, 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 yes.
That was all improv. He did not
Stop.
know that was happening. Yeah, I saw an interview. He didn't know that was gonna happen. She, like, improv that entire scene.
Stop. That makes me love it more because when she hit him and she's like, wake up, and he gets up and he's like, are you talking to me? Like, are you calling me by my name? Why are you being. But he knew he
Yeah,
was wrong. And that's what I mean
right.
by he had a healthy amount of fear of her and
Yes.
how she would react. Yeah.
Her glaring thing, but, like, the thing she's like, "Tall is the only good thing about you." I loved that line because 'cause I'm like, "Okay, well, she still finds you attractive. You're still tall."
That's true. I have to.
But no, like, I liked the scene where she, like, really felt bad, like, when she realized that when they found out that Wei Ling had died and she collapsed in that room,
Yeah.
and, like, you could tell she was like, "I'm so sorry, like, this is my family, like, my family essentially betrayed you again, like, I'm so scared for our relationship because, like, what does that mean? Like, you obviously trust me, like, are we, like, gonna go back to how we were prior?" But I just love that entire conversation of, like, he knew it wasn't her fault, and he assured her, and, like, that whole conversation of that's not you. Like, I realize, like, because even, like, when they went and visited when he went with her to her
Mhm.
family for the first
Mhm.
and only time, really, this whole thing of her uncle betraying because he was the stupid villain again, her uncle betraying them, it was caused because of this visit. He was dissed
Mm.
because of this visit because he did not think he was given the
Respect.
respect that he thought he deserved because Wei Xiao saw right through him. He
Mhm.
was like, no, like her father, I will entertain and I like, and he cares about the people. Understand where Mon got that from. I respect him. You, on the other hand, you're
I don't give
dumb.
a shit.
And that stupid advisor next to him was just
Yeah.
like, both of them were like, oh my God. But yeah, even he was dumb and was not surprised when he got killed because it was like he was destined to be killed at that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing that going back really quick to Wei Liang, when his death, I was crying. I had survived except until that. But what really did me in was not only did the soldier, what's his name? Wei Ku, go into this place, strap him on his back,
And bring
lose
him
an
out.
arm, like, to get him out, as well as her father, because he got poisoned by his brother.
Yeah.
So that whole scene, but, like, I didn't cry for that entire time. What I cried was the next episode when she hugged him to comfort Wei Xiao. I was, like, sobbing. I absolutely sobbed when that hug happened. I'm like, "Oh my god, I like, why am I crying right now? It's a hug." And
I
they
know.
had said nothing. It was just a hug.
I
It said
know.
nothing. Oh my god. That was heartbreaking for
Oh,
sure.
yeah, that was way more yeah. Man Man really understood Wei Xiao and the people around him, and she
Yeah,
really treasured them as much as he did. I feel like Man also was able to read his mind or his heart, so
yeah.
she would just add to it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite quote early on, which really set up my framing for this show, water overcomes hardness with softness. Like they said
Yeah.
it so many times in like the
So many
first
times.
4 or 5 episodes that it helped me come from a place of softness when I'm watching it to
Right.
be like, okay, like this is a strategy you can use to draw people to see your viewpoint, and not to say I'm brash or anything. I just hadn't seen it in this way, presented in this way in a drama in a very long time.
Mhm.
Like the last time I saw it was like Yanxi Palace. She I'm looking at you like
I'm what
Caitlin.
I'm watching it. I will. I am, because I'm reviewing it, so I will be watching it. I haven't watched it, but I will be.
The side eye I'm giving Caitlin right now because I had to pause
There's a
and be
lot of
like,
C-dramas I haven't seen.
when
At
I
least I
was,
won't run out.
I suppose that's good for you. I was talking about it and then I paused and I was like, in my head, I heard myself say, watch this girl say she hasn't seen Yanshi Palace.
Another quote I loved was when they after she had, like, blown up the dam and whatever, and they met back at that guest house, and he obviously brought her the tangerines or everything, and they made
Yeah.
up. The quote I said, it was him saying it to her. "If I were to lose you, so what if I wiped out all my enemies? Even if I won the whole world, the rest of my life would be meaningless without you."
Stop
And that was
it.
so I was like, that was a huge like, from him saying that to how he was acting at the beginning of this drama, I was like, "Growth, growth."
Growth.
There we go. But yeah, it was
Stop it.
you can tell the scriptwriter was a woman for this drama. Like,
Yes.
all little things, all the scriptwriter and but also even, like, the actions and how everything was shot too, because in the script, you obviously write out, like, this angle needs to be here and whatever.
Yeah.
Obviously, the directors obviously have a say in that too, but yeah, you could definitely tell the screenwriter was a woman for this drama.
I have to now go and watch behind the scenes because I want to see that moment that was improvised. That's the thing with we haven't actually talked about the actor and the actress. Song Jur, I
Mhm.
haven't watched a lot of her shows, but now I'm
Same.
going to watch everything because she
Yeah.
was so good with her facial expressions
Yeah.
and the way she would cry and you could see like she was fighting the cry and the cry would come or when she was upset or when she was jealous. She was such a
Mhm.
good actress in this one. Like
Yeah, definitely.
this story was for her. Liu Yuning, his facial expression, the man is the goat at this point.
Yeah.
He's good. I got
Yeah.
nothing else to say about him. He's just good.
He's like the god of historical dramas too. He looks good
Yes.
in armor. Definitely looks good. I've heard he does I mean, there's a couple of his modern dramas I've heard is really good. Like he has a older woman, younger man drama that I really want to see.
Stop it. What do you
What is it
mean?
called?
What do you mean? He has a modern drama?
Be Your Own Light. I've heard is really good. And it stars Lu Tao. She's like the woman, and she's the woman that he has a relationship with.
He
And
has
Lu
a
Tao,
modern drama?
yeah, from 2023.
You just made my life.
Lu Tao was the consort from Love Like the Galaxy. The woman, the other queen, the one that like talked back to everybody.
That
That was her. Yeah. So they're a couple in this drama.
I just died. I went to heaven. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going
Yeah.
on
I think he
Yuku.
plays a chef. I think he plays a chef, and she is like, it's one of those where like she discovers that her husband leaves her with a bunch of debt and everything. Like he
Okay.
runs off, and then Lu Yuning comes in and helps her out or whatever. Um,
You have no
yeah,
idea how
I've
you
heard that
just
one's really good.
Okay. Wait, it's not out? You
No, it
said
is out.
2023.
Yeah, it's out.
It's not on my Yuku. Okay.
Yeah, weird.
I'll find it later. I will
It
always
must be
find
on
it.
YouTube. It has to be on YouTube somewhere. Or Viki, but maybe. It's somewhere. I know people have watched it. It's somewhere.
Okay.
I
Okay.
also heard Heroes. I want to watch Heroes. He was in Heroes. That's a 2024 drama that I want to watch.
There is more to
But it's also,
feast. I love that.
oh yeah. Yeah. There's a definitely like I have a list of like Lu Yuning's dramas that I need to watch. Like many more than Song Are, but now I'm in the same boat as you that I need to watch more Song Are dramas as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. I love the women who just deliver. Yeah. They're in another category for me.
hmm hmm
Oh.
Anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think that was it for me. I got everything I wanted to say out. Thank you for inviting me. I just feel like I needed to talk about this drama
Yeah, for sure.
because it was just so beautiful. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I would not have watched it this year if we weren't doing this episode. So I'm glad I'm like, let me binge this so we can review it.
So you haven't I would have been so pissed off because I'm like, you haven't watched Yanxi Palace, you haven't watched A Journey to Love, and you haven't watched Prisoner of Beauty, Caitlin. What are you doing with your life?
I need to do this thing. I feel like I need to do this thing where I like pick an actor and
And
like just
watch
watch all the
everything.
dramas I want to watch.
Yeah,
Because I bounce around too much and then I get distracted and then I like it goes by 3 years later. I still haven't watched a drama I want.
I hear you. I hear you. All
Yeah.
good. It
Yeah.
just means you'll be seeing it for the first time, which I'm absolutely jealous
Yeah.
of.
I'll
So
basically be being like, okay, Carol, out of these 4 dramas, what should I watch first? My watch list is empty.
happy to give you Rex.
All right, so I think we are done with this review. Thank you so much, Carol, for coming on and doing this with me. As I said, I would not have watched it this year if we weren't doing this. But where can everybody find you? Where are you?
I am on Instagram and you can find me at KdramasMusings. And I'm a bit of a slow poster, but you know what? When I am on, I'm on for a couple of days. Please
Yeah.
DM me, let me know what you're watching. Let me know your thoughts on the show and this episode. I'd love to hear from you.
Yes, please DM us and let us know if you've seen this drama. Did you agree, disagree with the review? Did you love the moments that we talked about or the quotes that we talked about? But thank you for listening. This was the review for The Prisoner of Beauty, and see you next time.
See you next time.
If you want to continue the conversations about dramas that were started in this episode, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky under the username NoSleep4Dramas. That is no sleep, the number 4 dramas, just like in the title of the podcast. This podcast is also an expansion of my blog, so you can visit my blog at www.NoSleep4Dramas.com, the number 4 dramas.com, and find multiple years of blog posts already available at your fingertips. All links are in the description of this episode. Finally, please give this podcast a like or a follow wherever you listen to the podcast. Leaving a comment or a review also helps a lot. We love hearing ideas and feedback from all of you. Share the podcast with your friends as well. Thank you for listening. This has been an episode of the No Sleep for Dramas podcast, and I am your host, Caitlin. I will see you here next time, and I hope you get no sleep chasing the next episode just like me. Good night.